Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be working on Minuet in G by Beethoven. We've got a couple of things to look at. We've got a half position exercise on page 12, and that's going to be super simple. We'll go ahead and start with that, then we'll get into the minuet and then start breaking it down. So, starting on the D string, basically it's just a finger like movement replacement. For the first measure and a half. Then we go from first finger, drop down to second, and the same note. Play our fourth finger where our third would normally be, and then shift between the fourth and third. And then we move on a little bit faster, back down to a 2. With a shift at the end. Then taking that one, let's do line by line. We'll take a we'll go ahead and 1, 2, 3. We'll go ahead and do the first 2 bars. My apologies. First 2 bars, just a nice simple 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Moving on. Nice and simple 2, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, exact same notes. So we'll just do that measure. 1, 2, 3. And then we will run the next 2 measures, which is going to be so same things, just a little bit faster. The exact same fingerings for those next 2 measures. 1, 2, 3. And then the last 2 measures, nice, simple, straightforward with 1 shift. So 1 time through on those last 2 measures. Starting on a 2, keep that in mind. 1, 2, 3. And so tying that all together, since it's just a exercise, it's not really a performance style deal, we're kind of moving through this kind of quickly. So starting at the beginning, starting at the beginning all of the way through. 1, 2, 3. So it's interesting. It definitely helps you shifting into half position and then first position. Something to work on, is especially as you start getting into Minuet in G. You will notice that the shifting into half position gets kind of funky. So, speaking of Minuet in G, let's go ahead and take a look at that. This one is an interesting piece, in that there's a lot of stuff going on. You are in first position, you're in second position, you're in half position, you're in fourth position. You have a lot of bowings that you have to pay attention to. So let's go ahead and start breaking this down, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Our end goal tempo is sitting at 90. I will go ahead and play the first section just so that we can kind of get a feel for it, and then we'll start breaking it down. So here's the first section. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so from there, we are starting in first position, right into second. We have a shift there. That's in first position. Shifting into second, or into fourth position. My apologies. We have a tempo shift. So instead of that dotted rhythm, we are going back to just the straight, straight half note and eighths. With a shift in the middle of a slur, which is rough. So let's take that first line, the pickup, measure 1, 2, and 3 with the tail end finishing there. So we're doing the first 3.5 measures. So keep in mind, second position is going to be a big thing here, and paying attention to bowings is going to be crucial. So let's go ahead and work on the first 3 full measures with that last note added on there. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, moving on to the second phrase, which will be 1, 2, 3, measure, pick up in measure 4 to the repeat sign. It's going to sound like this. And my bowings were backwards there. I apologize. So starting with the pickup in 4, well, the pickup and then the entire second line there to the repeat. Starting in first, literally second note shifting into fourth position. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Fingerings are going to be very important underneath that slurred, that slur or that shift slur with the shift in it on the measure before the repeat bar there. So let's go ahead and do that section one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and tie that entire chunk together from the beginning to the repeat with the pickup. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, let's do that one more time, and then we can kind of move on from there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, moving on from here, we're going to be going very high. So I usually, at the beginning, will count out where these notes are. Just line by line, starting at the top line, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way up. If you look a fifth above, which is the different distance between the two strings on the staff there, your second slash line through the note will be an E, which will be your first shifted position. So we're going to be playing an E, F, G. So it will be... So we've got some high shifted work. I think this is the highest that we have currently played. We're going up to E, F, G, A. We're going up to the A harmonic, which I do believe is the highest that we played. And then we've got some really fast notes coming down from there because, of course, there is. We actually do have a little bit of fifth position in here. So this is going to be funky. Go ahead and go up to your shifted position. And then go ahead and roll down your next two fingers. You'll play the shifted E with 1. You will play F with 3. And then G with, or F sharp, I guess. F sharp with 3. And then fourth finger will be G. So we are going to have to work on going from fourth finger in first position to G under our second finger. And then it will, from there, fingerings are very simple. It is 1 directly underneath it. And then your third finger will go on the harmonic. So you know exactly where you're supposed to be. So let's play that nice and slow, because that is a lot going on. So fourth finger, we're just playing the notes. We're not paying attention to note duration. It's going to be an up bow. And then we've got to the G under second finger. You can check that against your open G string. Then it's 1 on an F sharp. And if you're curious if you're hitting that A properly, just keep your finger in the same place. Don't put the string down to the fingerboard, and then just play lightly. And that'll be your harmonic. Then you come out of this kind of curled hand position, regular into fourth, and then it is just 16th notes down. So let's go ahead and do that one more time, not paying attention to note durations. So we're starting on a G. We're starting on a D, going up to a G, F sharp, G, A, down to a G, F sharp, E, shift down to a D. So let's work on getting the rhythm in. So it'll be up bow with a slur, down, up, down, I am actually going to write in the bowings just so I do not get backwards. Down, up, down. Yep, okay, we're in the right place. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Actually, no, we're not even going to play with that E. So, we'll go ahead and do that pickup, and then the next 2 measures just by themselves. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's all we're doing. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. My shift was a little rough there. Let's go ahead and finish out the next measure and the tag after it. It'll just a simple, and then shifting back up to 4th position to put us in position for the next chunk. So let's go ahead and do that. 9, 10, 11, 12. Measures 12 and 13. 12 and half of 13. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's tie that entire phrase together. 1 is going back to the repeat sign. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, moving on to the next section. Nothing out of the ordinary. A little bit of 3rd position, mainly in 4th position until we shift down into weird stuff. So, gonna sound like this. Okay, so instead of starting at the 4th for that G, we're going to be coming back from 4th position into 3rd position and immediately shifting right back into 4th. That section we've heard before, we know what we're doing. So you can either reach back or do like a half shift back. I generally prefer the half shift method just for how my brain works. Let's go ahead and 13 measure 14. It's going to be on an up bow. 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2, 3. And then finishing that phrase out, staying in the same place. So we'll be starting with a shift back into 4th position, a shift back into 3rd position, and then a shift back into like 2nd position. So let's go ahead and do that entire chunk. Pick up to 13. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go ahead and tie that entire 2nd chunk together. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. Moving forward from here, we are moving into the trio deal. So that one is going to be slightly different. We've got a 2-line phrase, and then another 2 lines, and then we have a da capo al fine, which means go back to the beginning, play until you hit the fine, which is where we just ended. We just won't play any repeats. So you've got section A, you have a repeat, section A again. You've got section B, you've got a repeat, so section B again. You go into trio, which is the C. Then you've got section C again. Then you've got section D, which is the second half of the trio. So you've got section D again. Then you go back, and it's section A, and then it's section B. So it's AA, BB, CC, DD, AB. Not terribly straightforward, but hey, we work with what we have. So let's take a look at the trio. I'll play the first 2 lines for you. But we will get through it. So let's take a look at the pickup in the first 2 bars. Bowings are going to be very important here. Yeah, let's just take it nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We're outlining chords right there. Like, that is exactly what we're doing. We're repeating certain notes and then outlining the chord. The chord is, which is a D. No, G. There we are. So let's go ahead and do those 2 measures with the pickup again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then we move on. Next 2 measures are going to be in first position until you shift into second position. Sounds like this. Sorry. So we do have a difference in sharps going back to naturals here. So in the second measure that we're working on, in measure 21, starting in second position, so it goes from a C sharp to a C natural. Keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and do measures 20 and 21. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry. This doesn't have a pickup. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and tie that entire first line together. Starting from the pickup through 21. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then moving on to the next section, we'll do the next 2 bars, which is 22 and 23. Starting in half position. Kind of funky. Once it all gets tied together, it'll make a lot more sense. So, 22 into 23, half position. You don't shift back to first position until measure 23. 1, 2, 3. Real funky with the up bows and open strings. We'll do it again. Measure 22 and 23. 1, 2, 3. And then the last two measures before the measure before the repeat and the ending note that we're going to be on. 1, 2, 3. Keep in mind, you do have an extended 4 there. Okay, so tying the entire second line together. 1, 2, 3. Makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? So let's tie the first and second lines of the trio together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I apologize. I did not hit my extended 4 there because I got my bowings backwards and I was worried about that. So let's do that one more time. Also, you notice my counting. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So we're going on. We have 3 eighth notes there. So we need to start on the end of 2 instead of the beginning of 3 like we do at the very beginning. So at the beginning it's 1, 2. Here it is 1, 2. See the differences in the beginning marks? So let's go ahead and do the entire first chunk of the trio to the repeat, just so that we can get everything tied together. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. One more time, just for good luck. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, moving on to the next section, we've got some interesting stuff going on here. So, second position, first position, second position, first position, first position, fourth position, and then some weird stuff. So, second chunk is going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, my beginning was completely wrong. You start in second position. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so we're starting in second position, and then the groupings are different because before it was the 3-note intro, and then it was a 2, 4-note. This one is the beginning 3 notes, a 3-note chunk, 3-note chunk, 3-note chunk. So this is 3s instead of 2s and 4s. Keep that in mind. So pick up and first 2 measures. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So keep in mind, we also have that C sharp in the pickup to C natural in the measure after it. Something to keep in mind. And then we have that weird 3-note up bow, down bow thing instead of the down bow being 2 notes and the up bow being 4. So it's a bit more equal on the bow. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then the next two measures, just same kind of deal. Except for here, we're not going back into second position, we are staying in first. So we're starting in second, dropping back to first, and then staying in first instead of going back up to second. So it's kind of this weird flippy-floppy thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at measures 28 and 29. And let's go ahead and start from there. Keep in mind, we have a natural C there, so that one is going to be a low 1. And then when we drop back to first position, it'll be regular 3s. So, 28 and 29. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll just take a look at the entire last line. So starting in first position, jumping up to fourth, back to first, and then like second position. So it's kind of funky. One more time, just so you can kind of hear what's going on. Last line in its entirety. 1, 2. So go ahead and join me. We'll just work on that. We'll just go note by note until we get through the high stuff, and then we can kind of go from there. So measures 30 and 31, just note by note with me. We're not doing duration. 1, 2, 3. Fourth finger on the D, first finger on the A, open because you're shifting back, and then first position 2. So one more time, we'll just take them as quarter notes. How with it? 1, 2, 3. Now let's go ahead and see if we can do actual note durations and then the slurs with them so that we're not just bowing incoherently, which is one of my fortes. 30 and 31 with rhythm and bowings and slurs. So 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. And then the last two measures of the song. First position to second position. So again. Okay, so go ahead and join me. Last two measures of the song. 1, 2, 3. You can take a little bit of time there. It does have a sostenuto there for the very ending before you go back to the beginning. So let's go ahead and tie the entire trio together with repeats just to hammer it out. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. we should be able to hammer the entire thing out. And we're only just behind what the tempo should be. So let's go ahead. And we should be able to try the entire thing. So let's play, well, actually, no, I take that back. Let's play the last line back to the beginning, to the end of the first page. No repeats, and we'll be good. So just so we can get that transfer down and be solid with it. Last line back to the beginning, down to the end of the first page, no repeats. 1, 2, 3. The end. So let's go ahead and play the entire thing, so with repeats from the beginning, and then last time through we'll go ahead and bump it up to tempo and we'll be done. So hammer down, let's go. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And there we are. Thank you very much for joining me. And yeah, happy practicing. If you have any questions, by all means, leave them in the comments. And yeah, have a good time practicing.